Traffic Secrets, the underground playbook for filling your websites and funnels with your dream customers, by Russell Brunson. Picture this. You're an entrepreneur who's poured everything into creating something meaningful. Your heart, your soul, maybe even your last dollar, all invested in a product or service you genuinely believe can transform lives. You've crafted the perfect website, built a stunning digital storefront. Then you open your doors and wait some more. And then, crickets. Total silence. All that passion, all those late nights, and you might as well be invisible. Now imagine something even more unsettling. Think of the tech giants, the founders of Facebook and Google, as modern-day emperors. With a single algorithm change, they could erase half of all small businesses that depend on them. One day your ads are humming along perfectly, customers flowing in. The next morning you wake up to find it's all vanished, your entire business gone like morning mist. This isn't some dystopian fantasy. It's the nightmare that haunts thousands of entrepreneurs every single night. It's the brutal reality of building a business when the ground beneath you keeps shifting. This is exactly the storm Russell Brunson prepares us for in his game-changing book, Traffic Secrets. After studying the world's most successful people for years, I've noticed something remarkable. They don't just obsess over creating amazing products. They become absolutely consumed with one essential skill: the art and science of getting people to actually find them. That's what this book is really about. It's not some collection of cheap tricks that'll be obsolete by next Tuesday. It's a timeless playbook, a secret map to the one skill that separates thriving businesses from forgotten ones. Today we're diving deep into the core principles of Traffic Secrets. By the time we're done, you'll understand something profound, yet beautifully simple. Traffic isn't something you manufacture from thin air. It already exists. Your dream customers are already out there, gathered together, waiting for someone like you to find them. This book reveals the map to locate them, the hooks to capture their attention, and the strategy to welcome them into your world, not just for a quick transaction, but for a lifetime. This isn't merely about marketing. It's about survival, growth, and finally taking control of your business's destiny. So let's dive in. Our story begins with a tale that cuts straight to why so many talented, passionate people crash and burn. It's about Dr. Woolner, a chiropractor who spent 8 grueling years in college, mastering every detail of his craft, learning the human body inside and out. He borrowed heavily, built a gorgeous office, and proudly opened for business, ready to heal people and make a difference. Then came that deafening silence again. Business crawled along at a painful pace. One desperate evening, on the brink of losing everything, he confessed something to Russell that should terrify anyone with a dream. In 8 years of school, not a single person ever mentioned how to actually get patients through my door. He had the knowledge, the skill, the burning desire, but he was missing the one ingredient that mattered most: traffic. Real people, actual customers. This fundamental misunderstanding is what the entire book exists to fix. Your biggest business problem isn't your product or service. It's obscurity. It's the simple, painful fact that your future customers have no idea you exist. Sitting around hoping people stumble upon you isn't a strategy. It's wishful thinking, and wishful thinking doesn't pay the bills. The real strategy, the core secret, is this. Figure out exactly who your dream customer is. Discover where they're already hanging out online, and then cast out irresistible hooks that grab their attention and pull them into your orbit. That's the entire game in a nutshell. So where do we begin? We start with a perspective shift that sounds almost too simple, yet changes absolutely everything. Russell shares this delightful story about his friend Perry Belcher, who visited Sally Beauty Supply to pitch some products. He presented his first item, and the executives glanced at each other, not sure Alexis would like this. Confused, Perry showed his second product. Same response. Yeah, Alexis probably wouldn't be into this either. Finally, Perry exploded with frustration. "Who on earth is Alexis? Is she the boss? Can I just talk to her directly?" The executives chuckled and walked him into another room. There on the wall was this elaborate collage featuring a woman, complete with her entire life story, her kids, her salary, her neighborhood. "Alexis isn't real," they explained. "She's our customer avatar." Every single decision the company made, from which products to stock to what music played in stores, was filtered through one question: would Alexis love this? If yes, they did it. If no, they passed. They didn't run a product-focused company. They ran a customer-obsessed company. This is the first crucial lesson. Your business isn't about you and your brilliant ideas. It's about your customer. If you want to attract traffic, you need to stop obsessing over your product and become completely fixated on your dream customer. You need to understand them better than they understand themselves. And how do you pull that off? You remember when you were them. Most businesses are born from a problem the founder experienced firsthand. As one of Russell's friends puts it, "Our mess becomes our message." You struggled with something, couldn't find a solution, so you went on a journey to create one yourself. Your business is the fruit of that journey. To truly understand your dream customer, you need to travel back to the moment you felt that pain. What were you thinking? What were you muttering to yourself at 2 a.m? The legendary copywriter Robert Collier said the secret is to, quote, "enter the conversation already taking place in the customer's mind." That internal conversation, Russell explains, is driven by 3 core human desires behind virtually every purchase: health, wealth, and relationships. Every single product, from a cheap razor to a luxury sports car, is ultimately sold as a path to better results in one of these areas. A Gillette razor commercial doesn't lecture you about health. It shows a clean-shaven guy, a beautiful woman leaning in closer, a romantic evening ahead. It's selling a better relationship. Your message needs to laser focus on just one desire. Once you identify the core desire, you need to understand which direction they're heading. Every person is either running away from pain or sprinting toward pleasure. Someone in the wealth category might be desperately escaping the agony of a soul-crushing job. Someone else might be chasing the thrill of buying their dream car. Same goal, totally different emotional engine. Your job is to create 2 lists. Everything your dream customer says to themselves while trying to escape pain, and everything they say while moving toward pleasure. These phrases are pure marketing gold. They're the keys to finding your people. Why? Because these phrases reveal exactly how they'll search for you. This brings us to the 2 fundamental traffic types that existed long before the internet: the searcher and the scroller. Think back to pre-internet days. If you needed something fixed, you were a searcher. You grabbed the yellow pages and hunted for a plumber. The business owner sat passively, hoping you'd find them. Then, in 1941, the first TV commercial aired for a Bulova watch. The people watching weren't searching for watches. They were scrollers, just enjoying their show. The ad interrupted them and planted a seed of desire. It made them want something they hadn't even thought about. This created a whole new advertising approach: interruption marketing. Today's internet mirrors this perfectly. Google serves the searchers, people with specific problems actively hunting for solutions. They're hot buyers, but they're also comparison shopping like crazy. Social platforms like Facebook and Instagram are for scrollers. People are there to connect with friends and be entertained. Your ad interrupts them. You've got a split second to hook their attention, tell a compelling story, and create desire. Understanding this distinction is absolutely critical. When you know what your customer is thinking, those phrases from your pain and pleasure lists, you know exactly what they're typing into Google. You also know what kind of hooks will make them stop scrolling on Facebook. This leads us to the second major revelation in this book. Once you're obsessed with your dream customer and understand their inner world, the next question becomes, where exactly are they hiding? Russell tells this great story from his college wrestling days. He was supposed to be studying in the library, but, like his teammates, he was secretly browsing a site called themat.com. It was this digital gathering place where hundreds of thousands of wrestlers worldwide congregated to discuss one thing: wrestling. That's when it hit him. The internet isn't just a massive web of random information. It's a collection of communities. It lets people with shared interests, no matter how obscure, gather in one virtual place. Before the internet, a marketer selling wrestling shoes would waste money on expensive TV ads, hoping maybe a few dozen wrestlers in each city might catch it. It was like trying to catch one specific fish in the entire ocean. But the internet revolutionized everything. It took all those scattered fish and organized them into neat barrels. All the wrestlers in one barrel. All the gardeners in another. All the new parents in a third. Your job as a marketer isn't to create traffic from scratch. Your traffic, your dream customers, already exist. They're already congregated in these neat little barrels of shared interest. Your only job is finding the right barrel and tossing in your hooks. So how do you locate these barrels? You ask yourself these straightforward questions. What websites do my dream customers visit regularly? Which Facebook groups are they active in? Who are the influencers they follow on Instagram? What podcasts are always in their earbuds? Which YouTube channels do they binge watch? What keywords are they constantly searching on Google? The answers to these questions create the most valuable asset in your entire business. Russell calls this the Dream 100. This concept originally came from Chet Holmes, a legendary sales trainer. Early in his career, Chet was tasked with saving a failing magazine. He had a database of over 2,000 potential advertisers. Instead of chasing everyone, he did his homework and discovered that just 167 companies were spending 95% of all advertising money in the industry. These were his prime targets. He called them his Dream 100. He stopped wasting time on everyone else and focused everything on those 167 companies. For 4 solid months, he sent creative packages and made follow-up calls. Nothing. Zero response. But he kept going. In month 4, he landed his first major account. By month 6, he'd closed 28 of them, and the magazine rocketed from last place to first. Russell took this brilliant concept and adapted it for the digital world. Instead of 100 dream customers, he created a list of 100 dream congregations. He made a list of the top 100 influencers, podcasts, blogs, and Facebook groups that had already assembled his dream customers. When preparing to launch his first book, .com Secrets, he compiled a list of 185 of these, quote, tribe owners. Combined, they had an audience of over 30 million of his perfect customers. He couldn't possibly market directly to 30 million people, but he could build relationships with those 185 influencers. This is the master key to all traffic. Nearly every wildly successful company, whether they realize it or not, uses some version of the Dream 100. Tom Bilyeu, who founded the billion-dollar company Quest Nutrition, grew his empire by identifying several hundred health and fitness influencers, his Dream 100, and sending them handwritten notes and free samples. Rachel Hollis, author of the massive bestseller, Girl, Wash Your Face, became a publishing sensation by asking, "What tribes do my readers already belong to?" Then she focused on connecting with those tribe leaders. Your Dream 100 is your foundation. It shows you where to find your customers. But once you've found them, how do you capture their attention? This brings us to the universal formula for effective marketing: hook, story, offer. Every piece of successful marketing contains these 3 elements. Russell shares this powerful example about a fitness blogger named Natalie Hodson. One evening, a woman named Jessica is mindlessly scrolling Facebook, exhausted after a long day with the kids. An image catches her eye. It's a woman in workout clothes who has visibly peed her pants. The headline reads, "Let me tell you about that time I peed my pants during a workout." That's the hook. It was so unexpected and raw that it stopped Jessica cold. It sparked her curiosity. But more importantly, it was relatable. Jessica remembered her own embarrassing moment with the same issue. She clicked through to a page with a video. Natalie shared her story on camera. She was a mom of 2 large babies. and she openly discussed her mortifying experience. That's the story. It created connection. It showed Jessica she wasn't alone. Natalie then explained how she found a doctor who helped solve this problem, and how together they created an online program so other moms could get help from home. The story built up the value of what came next. Finally, Natalie made her offer, the complete ebook program, with all the bonuses, for just $47. Jessica was so excited she literally jumped off the couch to grab her credit card. Hook, story, offer. The hook grabs attention, the story builds desire and connection. The offer gives them a clear next step. This simple framework is your diagnostic tool for everything. If your ads aren't working, your hook, story, or offer is broken. If your funnel isn't converting, it's one of those three. Master this, and you can sell almost anything. Now we've got all the puzzle pieces. We know who our dream customer is. We know where they're hiding, in the audiences of our Dream 100. And we know the formula, hook, story, offer, to capture their attention. The final question is, how do we actually infiltrate the Dream 100 and get our message in front of their audience? Russell lays out two clear paths. You can either work your way in or buy your way in. Working your way in is about earning traffic. Think about how Hollywood launches a blockbuster movie. The week before premiere, the stars appear on all the major talk shows. Tonight Show, Good Morning America. Those shows are their Dream 100. They're working their way onto those platforms to reach massive audiences for free. For online entrepreneurs, this means becoming a guest on podcasts your dream customers love. It means writing guest posts for blogs they read religiously. It means doing interviews on influencers, YouTube channels. To do this effectively, you need to follow one crucial rule. Dig your well before you're thirsty. You can't just appear out of nowhere asking your Dream 100 to promote you. You need to build genuine relationships first. Subscribe to their content. Buy their products. Leave thoughtful, helpful comments. Look for ways to serve them. Then, when the timing's right, you can make your request. When Russell launched his books, he did a, quote, virtual book tour, getting interviewed on dozens of podcasts and blogs from his Dream 100 list. That earned traffic was incredibly powerful, and it didn't cost a single dollar in ad spend. But working your way in takes patience and time. What if you want traffic right now? That's where the second path comes in, buying your way in. This is about controlling traffic. In a perfect world, everyone on your Dream 100 list would eagerly promote you. In reality, most are swamped, or they might even see you as competition. But here's the beautiful part about modern advertising platforms. You don't need their permission to reach their audience. Thanks to platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, you can run paid ads specifically targeting followers of your Dream 100. Tony Robbins was on Russell's Dream 100 list for years. Long before Tony ever interviewed him, Russell was running Facebook ads shown exclusively to Tony Robbins' followers. This is how you scale a company fast. It's quicker than earned traffic, and it gives you instant feedback on your hooks, stories, and offers. You can test dozens of different ads to see what resonates with specific audiences. This leads to the ultimate goal of all traffic strategies. Whether you work your way in or buy your way in, the objective stays the same. Convert that traffic into traffic that you own. Earned traffic and controlled traffic are both rented. If a podcast host decides not to interview you, that opportunity vanishes. If Facebook tweaks its algorithm, your ads might stop working overnight. You're always at someone else's mercy. Traffic that you own is different. This is your email list, your messenger subscribers, your push notification list. It's the one asset in your business that nobody can ever take away from you. Russell shares this painful story from his early days. He got so excited about email marketing that he bought a CD containing 1 million spam-free email addresses. He wrote an email, hit send, and went to bed dreaming about the $500,000 rolling in. The next morning, he woke up not to a flood of sales, but to an angry call from his internet provider, threatening to shut him down for spamming. He'd done everything wrong. But buried in that failure was a tiny spark of hope. Out of the few thousand emails that actually went through, he made 7 sales. $70. It had worked, just not the way he expected. This sent him on a new quest to learn the right way to build an email list. The big secret is this. The only purpose of earned and controlled traffic is pushing people into a funnel where you capture their contact information and convert them into traffic you own. Once they're on your list, you can communicate with them repeatedly, for free. You can nurture the relationship, share stories, and guide them to your offers. This is where the magic of the break-even funnel shines. Russell's goal with every front-end funnel, like his free book offers, isn't making huge profits. It's breaking even. For his .com Secrets book, it cost him about $23 in ads to sell one book. But through a series of strategic upsells after the initial purchase, he averaged $37.71 from each customer. He was profiting about $14 on every single customer he acquired. Think about what that means. He essentially had an unlimited advertising budget. As long as he made more than he spent, he could keep scaling his ads, acquiring more customers for free, or even at a profit. This is how ClickFunnels grew into a $100 million company without outside funding. They weren't just acquiring customers, they were getting paid to acquire customers. Once a customer lands on your list, you put them into what's called a follow-up funnel. Studies show that 81% of sales happen on or after the 5th contact. Most people don't buy the first time they see your offer. The fortune truly is in the follow-up. Through automated email sequences, retargeting ads, and messenger bots, you continue building the relationship and moving them up your value ladder to your other products and services. This entire system, from identifying your Dream 100 to converting them into traffic you own, is a powerful machine. But there's one more piece that gives you leverage to make it all work, especially when working your way in. Russell shares a lesson from watching Celebrity Apprentice. The once famous talk show host Arsenio Hall was a contestant, and during a fundraising challenge, he couldn't get any celebrity friends to return his calls. Defeated, he explained that when he had his show, everyone, even future presidents, would take his call immediately. But once the show disappeared, so did his leverage. The lesson was simple but profound. When you have your own show, everyone answers your calls. In the digital world, your show is your platform. It's your podcast, your YouTube channel, your blog. This platform is the real value you offer your Dream 100. They don't need another friend. They need exposure to your audience. Your show is your leverage. It's the key to opening doors, building relationships, and forming partnerships. This is why Russell is absolutely adamant about consistent publishing. He recommends picking one platform you genuinely enjoy and committing to publish on it every single day for a year. At first, nobody will be watching. That's actually perfect, because you won't be very good yet. But in the process of showing up consistently, you'll discover your authentic voice. And what should you talk about? Follow Gary Vaynerchuk's advice. Document, don't create. You don't need to pretend you're an expert with all the answers. Just document your journey. Share what you're learning, what you're struggling with, what excites you. Your show becomes a real-time documentary of your path, and people connect with that authenticity far more than polished perfection. Your show is also where you test your material. Comedians don't walk onto a massive stage with brand new jokes. They spend years in tiny clubs, testing material, seeing what lands and what bombs. Your daily publishing is your testing ground. You discover which topics resonate, which stories connect, and which hooks get responses. Over time, you refine your message until it's powerful and polished. This brings us to the final advanced growth strategies that tie everything together. First, the funnel hub. Russell explains that when you run ads, you create a shadow funnel. People see your ad but don't buy immediately. Instead, they open a new tab and search for your name, your company, or reviews of your product. If you don't control what they find, your competitors will. A funnel hub is a central website, like a blog, that you control. It ranks for your own name and branded terms. It organizes all your content, podcasts, videos, articles, and strategically guides people into the right funnels at the right time. It captures all that shadow traffic and puts you in control of the narrative. Next, you build your affiliate army. This goes back to the 8 words that changed Russell's life. I rely on my own network of affiliates. An affiliate program transforms your Dream 100 and even your customers into a commission-only sales team. You give them a special link to promote your products, and you only pay them after they make a sale. Zero risk for you. They're doing the SEO, running paid ads, and sending emails on your behalf. Your job is recruiting them, training them, and giving them compelling reasons to promote you through generous commissions. And finally, you sprinkle in other growth hacks, what Mike Filsheim called butterfly marketing. These are tiny tweaks in your funnels that can produce massive, viral results. Dropbox exploded by offering users more free storage for referring friends. Hotmail grew by adding a simple signature to every email. P.S. I love you. Get your free email at hotmail.com. For ClickFunnels, they added a small badge at the bottom of every page, created with their software. That one nearly invisible badge now generates over $12 million in recurring revenue every single year. This entire framework, from understanding your dream customer to building your affiliate army, is a complete system. It's interconnected strategies designed to be evergreen. Platforms will change. Algorithms will shift. There will be more Google penalties and Facebook drama. But the core principles remain solid. Human psychology doesn't change. The need to find communities of like-minded people doesn't change. And the power of a compelling hook, a great story, and an irresistible offer will work as long as humans exist. The path is crystal clear. Become obsessed with your dream customer. Build your Dream 100. Work your way in and buy your way in, always aiming to convert attention into traffic you own. Build your platform, your show, and use it to serve your audience and gain leverage. Then, once that engine is humming, layer on the growth hacks that can transform a steady stream of traffic into an unstoppable flood. As we step back and survey the entire landscape Russell Brunson has mapped out in Traffic Secrets, what becomes obvious is that this book transcends marketing tactics. At its heart, it's really about empathy and strategic thinking. The most powerful lesson, the foundation everything else rests on, is becoming obsessed with your dream customer. It's a fundamental shift from asking, "What can I sell?" to asking, "Who can I serve?" When you truly grasp someone's fears, pains, hopes, and dreams, marketing stops feeling like pushy selling and starts feeling like genuine helping. The strategies in this book, the Dream 100, the Hook Story Offer Framework, aren't manipulative tricks, they're tools of empathy. They're ways to connect with people on a deeply human level, showing them you understand them, and guiding them towards solutions that can genuinely improve their lives. In our increasingly noisy, chaotic world, this approach feels more relevant than ever. We're bombarded with thousands of ads daily. The only ones that break through are those that feel personal, that speak directly to conversations already happening in our heads. This book hands you the blueprint for creating exactly that kind of connection. The second profound insight for me is the sense of control this framework provides. Too many entrepreneurs feel like helpless victims of forces beyond their control. Unpredictable social media algorithms, skyrocketing advertising costs. They're strapped into a terrifying traffic roller coaster. This book is a declaration of independence. By teaching you to focus on building traffic you own, it gives you a stable foundation in an unstable world. Your email list, your platform, your affiliate army. These are assets you build over time, brick by brick, that no algorithm change can steal from you. It's a long-term strategy in a world obsessed with quick fixes. So what can you do right now, today, to put these ideas into action? First, take just 15 minutes for the simplest version of the Dream Customer exercise. Think about the person you most want to help. Travel back to when you were in their shoes. Write down 5 phrases they might be saying to themselves out of pain, and 5 phrases out of hope. This simple exercise will transform how you write every email, social post, and ad from this day forward. Second, start building your Dream 100. You don't need 100 today. Start with 10. Open Instagram or your favorite podcast app. Find 10 people or shows your dream customer already follows. Just follow them. Don't ask for anything yet. Just watch, listen, and learn. This is digging your well before you're thirsty. This book is dense and powerful. We've covered the main highways of its wisdom today, but honestly, a summary can only show you the map. The real treasure comes from walking the path yourself. The true magic happens in those quiet reading moments, when a particular story or phrase connects with your own journey in unexpected ways. This summary is designed to give you a taste, to help you decide if this journey calls to you. If anything we've discussed today has sparked something in you, if it's given you hope and a sense of control, then I encourage you to grab a copy. Reading it isn't just learning. It's an experience that can fundamentally transform how you see your business and the people you're meant to serve. The link to the book is in the description below. Also, if you found this summary valuable and want to keep exploring ideas that shape the world's most successful people, please take a moment to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We have so many more journeys ahead, diving into pages of other life-changing books. Let's keep growing together.